Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. Another red day. Horrible red streak this week. And I'm disappointed in it for sure. So I just got to give it to you straight here, though, show you what happened. Let's talk about it. So, sitting down at the moment, $476 on the day. I still do have a short position with FLGC that I'm going to try to close out of here shortly after hours. And I'm shorting that position. But anyways, FLGC, Flora Growth Corporation. This did have some news on it today. And I tried my best to trade this thing. And I just couldn't get on the right side of it. So let me see if I can pull up my performance. Yeah, here we go. And oh, that is from yesterday. Let me clear that out. Give me 1 second here. That. So this is my manual chart here. This is how I kind of just manually enter my trades, and not everything is perfect here, but it's a good general chart of kind of my progress and performance throughout the day for all my individual trades. So you can see here, I started right in the red, down $12, and then from there, not a good trade on GRNQ. That was one that I was trading, went down $300 on that, and from there I just chopped around so much and basically went sideways. Down a bit, up a bit, but pretty much sideways. Had another bad trade on, what was it? Yeah, FLGC, and chipped out of it a bit, but then really, two last bad trades on it. So really not getting anywhere with it. And it was kind of a tough one. I felt like initially we had this initial pop right out of the market open, goes into a halt, opens, kind of sells off, then comes back around, crosses VWAP, goes up. So a good run here, but other than that, there was just so many moments I was trying to trade the potential breakout of this whole flat top area in 1149. And I was getting in right in here, anticipating that break. We got it. It just wasn't much at all. Ended up selling. And I was, hoping we'd get a stronger push and something that was sustained. But, it obviously didn't. And it falls right back down. Sells off, hits VWAP. And then we get this huge explosion through. And it's just so hard to time that. The stock like this, to try to get that right. So I was beating myself up over it and just, trying to hop back in for a further run up. But it was difficult because then you question, okay, if this didn't break out right and it sold off, okay, well, chances are I might do the same thing, but you don't know at what level. And I was kind of eyeballing, this whole 12 area because that's where prior resistance was. But we got just shy of that, 1195, and, sell off there. Then it looked like it wanted to go for another leg to possibly break that 12 area. Nope. Couldn't hit the 12 area, sold off. And so to me, that was just a lot of chop, and I should have just thrown in the towel. I always keep telling myself this. I should have just thrown in the towel way earlier, and I didn't. And that was my mistake there. And the other thing too, I got frustrated with this plenty of different times, especially as you can see, we have another sell-off, eventually comes back around, breaks the 12 area, goes all the way up to 1250. So it's like, okay, we're squeezing the shorts out. And there were a few points in here I decided to go for a couple of shorting positions, which were decent, but they weren't anything good enough to put me positive on the day. So very tough. I want to know how you traded this one in the comments. Did you trade this one all day like I did? Or did you trade it a bit and walk away and move on to something else? The other problem was that I felt like there was nothing really else to trade. I definitely would have traded something else. RGC was another one that kind of pushed through, but I looked at this when this one was popping up and it was a halting stock, and I just figured, you know what, I'm not even going to bother, because even though this is impressive, super hard getting into it, and then I was just, the risk on it to the downside for me was too potential at some point to break down. You know, just as easy as some of these go up, they go down just as hard, sometimes even harder. And you know, so I wasn't watching this, and because of that, I missed out on the rest of this here, which was impressive that we, you know, had an extended play on this area here. But then again, I mean, those halt stocks are kind of difficult sometimes, and I did try to short it at one point because I thought it was overextended. Couldn't get any shares to borrow, so couldn't short this one. And so I just left this one alone all day today. Let me know if you traded this one, if you did good on it, if you were able to get in and get out. Love to hear from you guys. So that was pretty much all I traded. I did have, what was it, GR in Q? Yeah, this one earlier in the day did have a nice run up. This was my first couple trades that I had. Problem I got with this is I waited for it, and then we finally got this curl, went into a halt, and then I decided to hop in looking for maybe a dip and then a bounce up, but from there it was just all downhill. So cut my losses on that fairly quickly, but it was still tough. No follow through, just complete bleed off. And I think this was the leading gapper of the market. I forget what it was. It was definitely up 100+% here. I think problem with it is it's a super cheap stock. Started earlier today at 68 cents, so very cheap. So, you know, is a former runner in the sense that it's spiked up a couple of different times in the past, quite a bit. So it was just unfortunate that it couldn't hold any of its gains. Therefore, not worthy of really trading it the rest of the day. So that was pretty much all my trades. Yeah, FLGC, I just, once again, should have thrown in the towel. I didn't, and I'm paying for it. So another red day, and I'm going to be happy to be done with this week. I think I was solid red the entire week, so rough stuff, and I'm over it at this point, and I've, you know, things have got to change. I either need to take a bit of a break, or we've got to have a change in the market, just because I feel like what I was so used to trading before was a lot of breakouts, and stocks like FLGC just aren't worthy of a lot of the breakouts to the high side. I mean, there are a few spots where they're good, but they just seem to break down so often. Yesterday was a complete, an excellent example of that. SNOA, this was one I was kind of working with yesterday, and just so much selling off. But like I said, I guess I just do better in the markets where breakouts they hold their strength and they continue to go in the small cap world. And for me lately, these kind of stocks are just kind of eating me up. They're not for my strategy. I don't think they're really making sense, and I keep forcing trades, which is just not doing me any good. So on the other hand, you got I think like Ross from Warrior Trading did amazing this week. From what I recall on some of his YouTube videos, I watched some of his recaps just to see kind of his progress as well. But sometimes we're really inverse. It's crazy. There have been plenty of times weeks, for example, where he's not doing good and I'm crushing it, and then vice versa. So I don't know. I mean, it's not always, there's a lot of variables in here. There's the market. The market is dynamic. It changes. And there's also the person. You know, I'm sometimes fall a sucker into these stocks where I just overtrade them, and I'm trying too hard to trade some of these breakout areas that aren't really good breakouts. So that's where I screwed up. But anyways, had to give you the update. Hope you guys did well today. Please let me know how you did in the comments. That's it, guys. That's it for today. Hopefully we'll see you next week. An update too. Like I mentioned before, I'm about to be a father here soon. Any day now, actually. Baby boy is on the way, and it could be in a week. Could be, yeah, sometime soon. So we'll see. I know that's probably gonna get me in a bit of a hiatus here with trading. I'll probably tone back a bit because that's a life changer for sure. And I'll still be trading for sure. Just, you know, trying to adjust to new life for me, and figure out an, you know, strategy, schedule, all those different kinds of things, and figure out how I want to go forward here. So that's it for the update for me. Take care. See ya on Monday.